After coaching, I went from silver 4 to gold 1. Easy. So we're just going to do a quick exclamation point coaching in the chat. Coaching's completely free. Any rank, any role, any region. It can be a VOD review of a game. It could be a live coaching session of a game. So yeah, Michael, just hop in the chat like real quick. Let me know. Support mid main? Okay. What rank are you? Like, link your OPGG real quick in chat. All links are fine. I pride myself on not limiting the amount of time I spend coaching. I don't like to limit a coaching session to an hour or something because I want to make sure that we walk away with like an agreement on what we've accomplished. And to limit it to an hour, I might cram more topics and might skip things for that. All right, we're going to throw the OPGG on the screen. Leave your roasting sessions to yourselves, chat. I appreciate the amount of control wards you buy. Right. Should I look at only your rank games? You play rank often? Yeah, okay. Ignore the norms? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I fuck with this amount of control wards. Just buying control wards, like this many as a support player, like 12 control wards, that's good. Dying this many times, not so good. Running not the right runes, also not so good, like Predator on Pike. And this many deaths is also not good. This looks like a lot of mispositioning like early. I'd assume that like you're getting a lot of bad deaths early game. And the game's just kind of snowballing out of control, but because it's gold, like there's so many skirmishes that there's constant fights and nobody's actually pushing leads. There's probably a lot of early deaths and there's a lot of like stupid fighting. But that's like a skirmish thing that's like just happens a lot in lower ranks. Looks like you're kind of abusing, or I wouldn't say abusing, maybe you just do like the Swain support and how meta it is right now. Also play a little bit of Vel'Koz. It's good that you play like mages in both mid and support. If you play mid and support and like mages that you play support, you can also just play them mid. XPD suggested playing Vel'Koz. Vel'Koz is good. He's just kind of hard if you don't know the champ. Like throwing your Q at somebody's easy, but like the angles of the Qs is what allows Vel'Koz to one-shot people like unexpectedly. Really? I thought Vel'Koz was one of the easier champs to pick up due to safe distance. Safe distance doesn't mean like he's easy to play though. Like if you think about it, if this is a Vel'Koz, let's get some fucking purple, right? If this is Vel'Koz and you're saying like instead of playing, let's say Pike. Okay. Just because if this is X champion, right? Just because Vel'Koz can kill and do damage to this champ from, let's say, 1,000 distance versus Pike's, let's just try to be very basic with our numbers, like 1,000 distance versus 500. What if you can't reliably get this distance off, or this damage off, just because you don't know how to play Vel'Koz? Like, his Q outward, right, does not go as far as it does if you like throw it at an angle, the Q, and then it comes off that. But if you don't know how to do this properly and like judge somebody's movement to hit this Q, you can't reliably like QR people and like open up fights for your team, and that's what Vel'Koz is good at doing from support. All right, which one are we doing? Let's fucking get into it. We can do a quick like 30 minutes, 45 minutes if you want to go to bed soon. Like as much as you could say he makes the same mistakes in this game and this game, you know, you still don't want to watch. There's probably more. You can learn more things from losing than you can from winning. All right, so you can't just say pick any game. And right, you can't say like just pick a Vel'Koz game if like he doesn't play Vel'Koz a lot, right? Because I'm judging him based on champion he doesn't know how to play too well. Do the last swing game? Yeah, let's watch this one. 7, 12, 11. Do you guys want the music on in the background? Like the little chill lo-fi? I don't know if you can even hear it. Do you want it on or off? Cool with it? Sick. I'm just going to open a notepad real quick. I might be alt-tabbing a lot just to like keep track of things I want to, like notes I want to send you. I guess another question is like, do you have any set goals like for playing League? Like, do you just play ranked for fun? Because if you're playing for fun but you still want to get coached, then I won't give suggestions on like if to like give you a certain champ pool or to say like how many hours a day you should put in or things like that. But if you actually have like a goal you want to reach, I decided 3 weeks ago to aim for Plat 4 current goal. Well, you're close to Plat, so I would say like whatever champions you're comfortable on right now, you can probably still just play those ones and you'll be fine. But if you have like goals of like wanting to reach, you know, like a really high rank, right? Plat's already high, right? I hate when people call like these ranks like low elo because that's not what it is. It's just it's like a different mentality being, you know, high diamond or whatever. But I was going fourth at the time. It's all right. So we'll just go with, you know, you want to play whatever champs you want to play, and we'll just, you know, try to teach you things about the game and like how to position better, how to properly ward as a support, how to get lane pressure. So yeah, let's go on you real quick. Against their team, you're not really too scared of an invade, I guess, because Kane's really weak level 1, so is Kassadin. But I would probably prefer like staying here. Or actually, nah, I would actually prefer you staying a little higher, because if they hug this wall tight, like right here, right, and then they come out like this, then Braum hits you with a Q, you're gonna die. But if you're in this bush, and then you just like ward this one, put your trinket down, this is a safer spot to be in. Obviously here, you're watching this path, right? Because you're, wait, is it Control Shift C? Oh my god, I'm remembering the binds. Alright, you're watching this path if they come through try. But if they come now just through here, like if they were invading, all they have to do is one Braum Q on your Udyr and he dies. So just like think about what you're actually guarding early game. I know nothing happens here, but it's just a way to keep you mentally like aware of the game and like staying present. Alright, let's get it. Also, yeah, because like you're down here, but you could be like up here or something, like even watching closer to your jungler, because you're so far away from him. Okay, you're gonna go the short path. It's a little greedy to do into champs like Braum or Leona, Blitzcrank, but get away with it here. I like that E. I would prefer to get a trade on Varus there, so I would have pulled him instead of Braum. Because their level 2 is extremely strong. And you want Varus to be as low as possible. Braum has too many pots. He's going to be able to heal up easier. Panic bolt, that's fine. I know we're watching you, but I really am curious as to what happened up here. Alright, I have no questions, I guess. Let's go back to watching down here. I'm sorry, I saw where the Fiora was and my brain just almost malfunctioned. This problem is actually really chunked right now, but so is your Ezreal. Like this is the difference between the trading here, is that now like if they hit level, like you guys hit level 2 at the same time, depending on how like the minions get cleared, like even if you hit at the exact same time, they'll win just because their 80's more HP. I mean, but you guys do have Ignite and they have Exhaust, but if they jump Ezreal, it's bad. I don't know why you're sitting in this bush so much instead of like walking out and trying to mess with this like Varus. Alright, so you throw your E. and then you walk in the bush, but you could be messing with him here in his CS. Because they want to push for level 2, and you're a ranged mage support. You could be autoing him in between him going for these creeps, and there'll be no retaliation, right? Brom's level 1, you're going to be in your creeps. Brom can't Q you. He can't jump to minions to jump you. If Varus decides to trade with you, and you auto-attack him and he auto-attacks you, that's good for you in the 2v2, because you have pots, and you're okay with taking a trade. Especially since your AD is already low. You need to relieve some of this pressure. Alright, so you're sitting in here doing nothing, just waiting for your E cooldown to come up, I guess. But in this time, you're not pushing for level 2 either. Alright, you're just doing nothing. So your E comes back up, and now you want to look. Right? This whole time, you could have probably weaved in multiple autos. So you could have been autoing him down this whole time. And in between autoing him, helping Ezreal clear the wave, right? And then hit your level 2 before them with the wave, like, coming into you. Right? Because when you auto, his minions are going to target you, right? So if you're out here, right? If this is you, right? You're Swain out here. And you're dancing, clicking back and forth in the minion wave. Whenever you auto him, right? You're going to pull aggro from all these minions and pull the wave back. And this forces them to come up to CS. And you have pots that you can trade, like, so you can auto take a bad trade, pop a pot. Now the wave's over here. It's probably more like in this general area. And you guys get level 2 first, and you can probably look for an all-in. This is just kind of like autopiloting. Like, your ability goes on cooldown, so you think, alright, I have, whatever, 10 seconds to spare to do nothing. But in reality, you should be being very proactive in this moment. These early types of levels, especially after a bad trade happens like this where your Ezreal super low, are super important. Alright, so I get why you don't want to keep walking up here, right? You don't want Braum to Q you, but you could have already, done so much. Alright, now you guys are level 2, but the wave's pushing back to them. Hit a nice W on Varus. It's a good E. Right, you ain't got much to worry about. As long as you stay in your minion wave. I'm trying to think because Braum doesn't have his jump, so you don't have to be super scared of him. Right, of like gap closing onto you. You're really scared to like auto attack these people. It's like you move your auto in there. But like when they miss their shit here, you can be going back in for more autos. Right? You're full health. They're both low. Braum doesn't have any way to get on you. I didn't even think about him not having jump. It's a very important thing. You have to really think about cooldowns when you're in lane. Like, I don't even know Braum's exact E cooldown. If I had to guess, alright, I'll just free ball it, okay? I'm going to say somewhere in the realm of 10 to 14 seconds. 10 to 16 seconds. That's what we'll say. I have no idea. I don't play support. I don't play Braum. Okay? It's completely off the top of my head. I have no idea what it actually is. Okay? It's 18 to 10 seconds. Alright? Alright? It's just like, I've played this game so much, I guess I kind of just have a feel for like what a champion's cooldowns could potentially be. But, yeah. Or no, is this one 14? Wait, I said 14 to 10. Stand behind me. This is the one where he jumps. It's actually 14 to 10. So yeah, his jump literally is that exact cooldown, and I was just taking a guess. So when you play enough, I guess you can kind of just gauge these things. But yeah, you have to really be thinking about your opponent's cooldowns. Like it's so important in top lane when you're against champions that are really abusive, like Irelia or Jax or Renekton, to know where your windows are to engage on them. Especially, I play champions, you know, that can get abused easily if they fuck up, like Gangplank or Riven or Vlad if you pull something wrong. So, like you definitely could be doing more in this lane regarding like autos and not being afraid to walk up into them, you know, and playing around your minions and manipulating the wave. Obviously, these kind of concepts are a little bit harder, but the easier thing that I can tell you is to just manage, like based on what I can see, just manage your cooldowns and the enemy cooldowns and actually think about them, right? Like think about what it means for Braum to be level 2 with no unbreakable wall. Okay? And for you to be Swain and have your E come up, right? You could be autoing him down, relieving pressure off your Ezreal, pulling the wave into you guys, right? It's just little things like that. You just got to be really thinking about those types of things. Alright. I'm not going to harp on the same type of stuff. Ooh. This is only bad because you're I have practice at that from mid lane. Should be manageable now that I'm aware of the need to do so. So this is a mistake I make a lot, and I'll tell you what. Like, right, do as I say, not as I do. You'll see me if you watch the stream. I take some shitty fucking fights, and I fuck myself a lot sometimes with my CS. You have to let your Ezreal just farm this wave. Because he's already low HP, so he doesn't want to fight. And it's not like you guys are super burst heavy, right? If he can't hit his Q in a minion wave, he's not going to deal that much damage. Right? So you hit the E. You know how to flash? It shows it's down, but I think, yeah. As soon as Braum gap closed on you here, you should have flashed. Because you have to know that you're dead if you don't. Right? So you E him. You're level 2. Ezreal's too far back. You guys can't burst this guy. As soon as Braum jumps here, you have to flash. Braum's Q allows, you know, ADCs to just deal too much burst damage. Right? You take Q auto, then you get auto 2 more times instantly, and even though you flash, you're just stunned. If you flash the initial Q, you'll live. But the more important thing is not having to have good reaction time there, is that you shouldn't even put yourself in that situation. You have to just let that wave come into your AD, because he's already taken a bad early trade and he just wants to farm it, especially as an Ezreal who doesn't have a lot of burst damage early. He needs his, you know, he needs his tier item, he needs Sheen. He needs a lot to be useful. Oh, this guy's a madman. What was that? I can't believe this went well. I mean, that's hilarious. I mean, okay, I guess. The really thing that's fucked up though is how shitty of the wave is right now. Like, this wave's in a horrible spot. You need to, you should be shoving this, honestly, because too many minions are just gonna keep dying off. So I would just shove this and try to reset it, right? Like, you're letting this slow push, and that's just falling right into this Varus's hands. Because he's going to get to soak up all this EXP. He misses this one caster. One more caster. Doesn't even miss the second caster. The caddy doesn't die. And Varus gets this whole wave. Not only did Varus get the whole wave, your Ezreal missed out on all that EXP. If this Varus was smart, he wouldn't shove this wave. This whole wave would crash, and your Ezreal would be down like a level and a half. Look how much CS your Ezreal's already down. 12? It's too much. You should have shoved that wave and then just maybe looked for a roam mid or recalled. That wave was in a horrible spot. Hey, you guys can't really fight right now. You gotta play back. I don't know why this Brahm's not looking to jump on you. This is a really greedy, like, way for you to play. It's not like you have Aftershock or something. If he Qs you right here, they can, like, all in you. They have both their flashes. He still has heal. You have no flash. You should definitely be playing more cautious, especially with your AD already behind. He's down 20 CS. Only has tier as Ezreal. Alright. I'm gonna get through the lane a little bit. Okay. Right. We already have established we don't want to fight. We want to farm right now. We're gonna 2x this. Why are you recalling? Do you have an item? Yeah, I'm gonna say don't recall. See now that's different. So I don't know if you noticed the difference. I noticed the difference immediately. So I wanted to go faster this lane, but this is good. This little trade you did is so much different than what you were doing before. Okay? You E, maybe Q auto, and then you just walk away. You just let it happen. You don't give him an opportunity. Like, you could have even done it from further, right? Thrown the E and, like, auto attack reset, like, W auto attack reset to start moving right away. That was good, because it's to not look like you're trying to get yourself killed. I like that little trade. Good job. That was a good trade. Again, good. Just E auto. I like that. Not looking for too much. Just trying to relieve some pressure for your Ezreal. You recall. It's just going to get a little bit of solo EXP. I like the recall timing as well. I don't like this trade Ezreal just took, but it's not your fault. He needs to be careful of Varus being 6, but... Right, you shouldn't be looking for anything here. You are way too close to these minions. I'm surprised they didn't just try to all in you. You should already be stunned in like one shot right here. This is crazy. Alright. Alright, so you walk up. Braum Qs you. That should have been one Varus Q. Alright. That should have been or one Varus auto. That should have been another Varus auto. Should have been a Braum auto. Another Varus auto. You should be stunned. Should have been a Varus ult. Maybe Braum autos you again. Varus auto attacks you. Qs you. You should be almost dead right here. With no ability to retaliate. This should have been minimum like 3 to 4 AD autos. 2 Braum autos because Braum has his leap. Varus R. Varus Q. Even though you don't get punished for this, this was really bad, like, movement and understanding of the potential to die. Like, how easily you could have died. I said, right, these are mistakes that you don't notice immediately because, right, nothing happened. You didn't get punished. You got queued by Braum, and that's all that happened. This should have been, as Braum Q, Varus auto, Varus walks back here, Braum autos, Varus ults, Braum probably autos again, leaps to Varus, Varus autos you out of tower range, Qs you, you're probably less than 100 health. Just keep him moving. I very often see people think about what they can do and not about what enemies can do. I agree. Okay, we'll let the fight happen, then we'll watch it back. Okay. I like the idea to stay down here. But I don't know if you realize, but I was going to say that you guys should stay because your jungler's bot side. Their mid laner is missing, but you know, you have your jungler. It's a new year. I think in this situation, you look for an E here. It's not a bad E. I probably would just W first. Oh, I didn't mean to start recording. Whatever. So I would W first to slow Varus down or force his flash, because I didn't think that was in range. Right? And just save your E for when the CC hits. And he gets CC, you break him, and then if you E him again, it's going to be even more disruptive. But staying here, smart call. I like it. Good shit. I would save my E until after the Varus flashes. In that situation. So right now you guys should be trying to pressure this dragon. Hopefully that's what happens. If not, I'm going to be sad. Alright, yeah. Oh, come on. You gotta just burst it. Nice. You guys get dragon. It's good. I think you're right, XPD. People do think about what they can do and not about what their opponents can do. And that's why a lot of people kind of get away with shit, because like their opponents are thinking the same way, right? So there, you seem to not know what, like maybe the range on Swain's E or something. But here, it's just better to go for the guaranteed E on the Braum. You're not going to lose anything for it. Varus is too far back to trade. If you just E Braum here, and then like Ezreal W autos, you put your W down, like you don't have to engage on this, but you can definitely just poke this guy down. Alright, so now you miss your E and you miss your W. You're on cooldown without accomplishing anything. I agreed with him verbally. Actually, he's watching my stream of your stream. I'm at about 40 Swain games, I think. Yeah, it probably takes, like, there's some champions it doesn't take a lot of games to get good at, like Lux. It's a similar, like, mage support, except her playstyle is very one-dimensional. Alright, you hit the snare, you hit the E, you ult, you one-shot somebody. You do as much burst damage as you can. Where Swain is a little bit more, you know, he has a little bit more variance in that his ult just gives him this kind of tanky survivability where he can be the main focus of a team fight. He has a little bit weirder CC where his teammates can lay down CC and then he can pull enemies closer, right? His W is a little funky in the way it works and the way he wants to lay trades down in lanes a little bit, right? Like Lux, her trades in lane look very simple. It's E auto, right? You E, you auto somebody. Sometimes you put yourself in danger by trying to go too hard for an auto and like putting yourself in danger. But with Swain, his E is so weird, like the way it travels and has to come back, that if you try to do it to somebody out of range, you're kind of putting yourself at a very bad spot. Like if you kept walking at Varus and Braum Qs you and you take a bad trade, whereas if you just go for Braum, you hit the E. I don't know what the word of Swain's ability where he can pull somebody back in. I can't see. Ravenous. Right. Where you use that and that's how you can pull somebody back in with your E and then you W Braum and you get a good trade in. Never move? That's what the E is called, okay. The E is called never move and the ability to click on somebody. Yeah. keep it going. I like your decision here to focus Varus. That was really smart. That was really smart. Braum jumps on Ezreal, and you know Braum's not going to one-shot Ezreal. So you just go on Varus instead because, right? So you CC Varus, and now you're just dealing AoE damage. I like that. That was really smart and well played. Good flash E. Honestly, really fucking good fight. So here what I would do now is you don't exactly have to be right here to help continue taking this tower. But you have to be aware that Kayn could be here. So I'd walk up a little bit. I'd walk up here and maybe look for a ward in one of these two bushes. Obviously, you're scared of maybe Kayn being in one of these bushes. But if you die, it's better than, like, Ezreal dying if you're sitting down here. Alright, so let's see what you do. Okay, you see where you are and where Ezreal is? So if Kayn, like, E's here, comes through this bush, or comes through this wall, right? So Kayn takes this path, right? So he goes like this, through this wall, like this, and into here, and one-shots Ezreal, and kills him, right? That outcome is the same as if you walk up here, right? And, like, ward this bush, or, like, just face check one of these bushes, and you get one shot and Ezreal lives. We'd rather Ezreal live. My ideal bot lane deep ward locations. So what do you mean? My ideal bot lane deep ward locations to spot the enemy jungler. My ideal bot ward locations for, like, TP flanks. Right? Like, for certain junglers, the way you ward might be different. Right? Because if it's a Shaco, you might say that you actually want a deep ward, like a regular deep ward here, but then a pink ward, right? Right. So maybe you want a regular ward here, but then a pink ward here. For jungle focus, I mean, if you have bot lane pressure, pre-getting the bot lane turret, your only real locations are going to be this bush, and, like, here and here. If you, like, kill bot lane and your jungler's bot side and he wants to invade, and you can get, like, even deeper wards, like, here. Right, this one isn't really as effective because not many junglers are going to take this path early game, like, unless they're going to then path topside, so this ward doesn't matter as much. But they could take this path, like, clear their bot side, then come bot. But, so pre-turret, I'd say, like, these two are your main focus. Post-turret, it's going to be in this area. You don't really need these wards as much. Right? And, like, on the opposite spectrum, it's the other way around, right? Like, if you're blue side, right? Your early game wards are in your own tri-brush, this bush, maybe this one, right? And then, like, post getting the tower, it's here. Some people would say this bush, but I prefer, honestly, wards over this wall. Because if somebody comes, like, Lee Sin, and they queue over this, and then maybe walk down, and you have, like, this bush warded, and you haven't gotten here, you won't see them. Right? So pre-tower, I'd say, like, your closest bushes that you can get, like, against a Rek'Sai or a Gragas, a Nocturne, things that have, like, short gap closes. Like, Nocturne's ult, right? It's not, like, super far. He's not going to ult you from over here if you're bot lane, like, you know, fighting in the middle. But he could ult you from this bush or this one. Alright, so this is pre-tower. Post-tower, you want to ward a little bit deeper. Mainly, this bush is, like, more late game oriented. Alright. Nothing happens to your Ezreal, which is good. Actually, I want to see something real quick. Can you have his movies up? Do you have his E up? He E'd really soon. He maybe could have done more damage to Ezreal. He probably would still win the one-shot him, but not important. Alright, let's see what you're doing. You would trinket up? So I don't know. It looks like you don't have a control ward down. Like this might be yours. But you know where Kayn just was. So if even if this is yours, or if this is yours, I would say, right, your mid laner has pressure. I would look for a ward right now, like in this bush, here, or here. Just get some, you know, some presence in the enemy jungle. Have them thinking, right, that Udyr could maybe be bot side looking for some sort of invade. It's the dragon one right now. Wait for me to check. No. Depressing. Alright. Yeah, I'd be looking to ward a little bit deeper right now, just because we know where Kayn is. Or we know where he was. We can guesstimate. Like, he's not topside right now, right? He's in the bot side jungle. And if we ward here, and you see Fiora pushing, right? So just think about this, okay? So this is what... How do I get... hotkeys... F1. Okay? This is what the... Agreed. Previous pink is a remnant from the dragon tag. Yeah. So this is what your team sees, okay? Your team doesn't see Kayn, knows he was just bot side because you and Ezreal just saw him. This is what the enemy team sees. They don't know where you are, okay? And Kayn is looking to path towards top side. However, if you ward right now in one of these two bushes and get some vision of Kayn, that allows you to time where he could be and when he could be there, okay? If you don't do that, right? So if we just skip ahead for X amount of seconds, right? This all this time where we don't see where Kayn is, right? So now Udyr's running into the enemy topside jungle. Where's Kayn? Right? Kayn's topside. Right? Is Udyr missing this? Okay. Let's just see what happens. I mean, they still win the 2v2. Probably could have went a lot cleaner. Because Udyr should have probably already been up here, right? If you got some vision of Kayn and say, hey, Kayn's pathing topside, right? Type Kayn's pathing topside, Kayn's pathing topside. All right, Udyr may not be looking to invade, right? You might be looking for the counter gank. Just little things like that. Taking the scuttle is useless. This is a waste of time. You either should have already been bot lane. Yeah, this is a complete waste of time. Mainly for two reasons. One, you don't know if this is even warded. So, like, you could be doing this on a ward. And immediately they see Udyr top. Both of these guys are spam pinging each other, jerking their little dicks off, saying that they're going to dive this Ezreal. They see Ezreal alone. I'm assuming Braum hits something and they just go. Yeah, like he's just dead. That's... As much as Ezreal, should have flashed, shouldn't have gotten hit by the Q or whatever, this is a really big misplay by you. Because you took this scuttle with no drag spawning, your jungler not being bot side, their jungler being top side. So who are you gaining vision of? What are you gaining this vision for? This is a very bad play. And that's okay to make bad plays, but right, you have to be thinking about these things, right? So if you probably weren't, because you didn't even gain vision of Kayn in the previous minute, right, that we just talked about. And I did waste my time, truce. I mean, you guys maybe ping you're going in, but think about this whole previous minute and the things that happened, okay? So you and Ezreal, like, push bot tower, deal some damage to it. You recall without warding. Okay. So now you don't gain vision of Kayn in his bot side jungle where you probably should have. And then you come back to lane where everyone's going topside, and you would know this if you had warded, but you figure that out when everyone shows up, right? Riven and Fiora fight. Like as you're walking back to lane, what are you, or you're walking to take the scuttle, what are you looking at, right? And that's a legitimate question. I would like to know. If you don't think you have a good answer, like you're like, I actually just don't know what I looked at, like that's fine, but did you see all this happening, all this fighting happening top? Because if you did, then you wouldn't think to like come in this way, right? And go into bot river. Can you replay the last 30 seconds? Sure. Alright, I'm just gonna center it on your character. Then we'll figure out what's going on. Boom. Alright, it's actually even further. Let's go back 15 more. Okay, boom. This is you recalling. I'm gonna play at 2x speed. But boom, you're recalling. You saw that Kayn was bot side because he was just at bot tower. You didn't ward the enemy jungle. You're walking back to lane. You're walking mid. Okay, what are you looking at? Maybe you're looking at, you know, what's happening top right now. You see top fighting. There's no reason to look bot, right? You already know what's happening bot. You were just there. Ezreal recalled. Kayn's pathing top side. These are things that you can assume based on what just happened. You see Fiora and Riven fighting. You see Udyr top. You're going to gain vision of Kayn here in a second. You're wasting time here. Boom. You should see all 4 people top. You should see their bot lane. You have nowhere to be except maybe mid lane. So I would agree that Scuttle seems best. So alright, yeah. This seems like something to do, but this is a waste of time. Your better option would be to go drop a deep control ward. If you went and warded this bush, the same outcome could happen, right? Where you ward this bush, Ezreal goes in too early. But it's a better play than taking Scuttle, because this shows an even greater lack of attention to detail within the game. Because look how long it's taking you. Alright, we're like 6 seconds in. A fight's already broken out top. You ward a bush. You ward this bush knowing everyone's top side, right? Why not put that ward here? Somewhere like deep where you can gain a little bit of deeper rotation knowledge. Okay. So now you and Ezreal lose a lot for your team. You lose potentially all of bot tower, unless Fiora makes a play here. Let's see what happens. Do they not see her TP? I guess not. Okay. So, you and Ezreal should have lost a lot for your team. Fiora makes a good TP play. She's pinging somebody? Maybe you? I don't know. Someone take a kill. Is she salty? Yeah, okay. Yeah, she's pinging you for taking the kill. Okay. Drag spawning in less than a minute. That's a kill spam ping. Makes sense. I think it's smart for you guys to stay bot side and push for this tower, because I want to get this tower gold. Yeah, you guys should just push this. This is a good play. Get vision and then like ping Udyr for dragon. How long does Scuttle vision last? I think 90 seconds. Alright, it's already gone. 60 seconds, somewhere between 60 and 90 seconds. They've changed scuttles so much. My brain. Good. Besides the scuttle take and the bad fight, I like that play. Taking drag, hitting bot tower. Good play. Good play. The rotate mid here, fantastic. Shove this wave. They're both dead, which is unlucky. Yeah, this is just unfortunate. They both just kind of lined up for it. Not much you could do. It's okay. It happens. Yeah, I'd come over to Udyr. Just make sure Udyr can get out of here safely. Udyr wants the scuttle. What are you in this bush for? I mean, are you scared of something? Are you scared of Kayn killing you here? I mean, he has no ult. I mean, maybe I would probably still let Udyr die, but probably could have put a little bit more effort into helping him, messing with Swain a little bit. Kayn. It's good for you to stay mid here. Make sure that Riven doesn't get free damage on this tower. Clear the wave as much as possible. Good stuff. Yeah, I'd reset here. Alright, you got Roa. How do I fucking is this? No. Here it is. Boom. Okay. Oh, dude, I was just gonna say you should have 2 control wards when you walk in a base, and you actually do. But I forgot. We've already learned based on based on your OPGG, you buy a hefty amount of control wards. Ugh. This is good. So Ezreal has a bot wave to farm. I would just group with your team here. You don't need to come bot. So here, it's just another instance of you seeming to not pay attention when walking, like, from base. Why come bot here? Bot tower's been taken. Just go mid. Just go mid. Why are you bot? You should be top side right now, helping your team. This is a very bad play. You guys don't gain anything here. Huge waste. Huge waste. This is a very big turning point of this game that may be what cost you guys the part of the mid game. You should 100% be going topside here for so many reasons. Okay? Let's just get it once you're in base. All right. So let's break it down. First of all, both bot towers gone. Right? They're gone. They're X'd. So bot lane doesn't... there's no reason to come in this lane. Okay? It is ADC's gonna farm, right? You guys will probably eventually switch with Fiora and play around topside, play around Baron. So he maybe just clears this wave, make sure the wave doesn't crash into the tower, and he should recall and then be coming topside with you too. But you should be already heading topside. Because, alright, another thing, Rift Herald. Okay? Rift Herald allows you to open up the map even more. This mid tower of theirs is still up. You probably want to open that up. You could also take it, give it to Fiora, and then play around like grouping mid or grouping top side and having Fiora push bot with Rift. Okay, so if you guys get Rift, another huge opportunity for you guys to make plays. The other thing is Ezreal is super safe, right? You have Ezreal ADC. Even if somebody shows bot, he can peel for himself. Right? In most scenarios, he'll be able to kite away from most champs. He's even going Iceborne so he can peel away from Riven and Kayn somewhat reliably. Right? And if those champions don't show bot, that means they're most likely going to be playing around topside, also playing for the Rift Herald. And you need to be here in case a fight breaks out. Because you allow for a lot of AoE damage for your team. Right? You and Vlad work well together. Okay, so walking out of base immediately should be heading towards topside. Never bot here. For those reasons. You ask him right here if you want, are you talking about this scenario? Pushing bot? You ask Ezreal right here if he wants you with him. I'll tell you, it doesn't fucking matter what this player says. Okay? Whatever this guy said means nothing. He has a 69 CS at 16 minutes. Why are you looking to this player for clarification of what your decision making should be? Okay. You might not know, and that's why you're here, right? That's why we're having this discussion. But right? You have to be able to, you gotta learn these things and be able to look at the map, right? Every time you recall, right? This is your opportunity as you're basing. You have to be able to gather information quickly and decode it and understand what it means. Both bot towers are gone. Ezreal has the lane frozen. Rift Herald's up. I should be topside. That's, in the most basic sense, that's what it is. Right? In more in-depth, it's like, alright, Ezreal is really behind in CS. He can last hit the wave. He's building these items. He can peel for himself reliably. Me and Vlad work really well in team fights together. We should be grouping, playing around this Rift Herald. Fiora's really strong, right? Already has Ravenous Hydra. I want to get vision around topside. Make sure we can start opening up this map and allow for our team to kind of do what they do, which is have Fiora split push, win big team fights with Vlad ult. Okay. The other thing is Udyr is spawning at the same time too, right? But in the most basic sense, besides analyzing everything I just said, in the most basic sense, it's both bot towers are down. The lane is in a good spot for Ezreal to free farm. Rift Herald's up. I need to be topside. If Ezreal pushes this wave and like fights Riven, you can't control that, right? But if Riven's bot instead of top, you guys can maybe win a fight topside. Okay, so let's think about these things a little bit more. Okay, so now I already know what happens here. And as much as I'm not gonna like it, I'm gonna have to see it again. Okay, huge fight is happening topside. You even see Raw mid. You still decide to go bot. Should already be top. Should probably be winning this fight top. Huge swing for them in the mid game. Kassadin gets 2 kills. Probably where your team loses a lot of pressure in the game. At this point, it's too late to make a play down here. You guys need to reset and probably just group. Yep, so I would come mid. Group, protect this tower. You guys don't have to force so hard. Just make sure they don't get anything. It's good. That's fine. Alright, you're sweeping, you're Swain. You immediately pop your ult. That guy gets 1 shot. You kill Kassadin too. That's really good. And you guys have Rift Herald? I'd be looking to drop Rift here. Right, should be running up to Fiora. Fiora's dead. Maybe just stay mid here. I'd ping mid. You guys should be breaking this tower. I don't know what Ezreal's doing. Looks like he's typing. Oof, what is happening? Just separate from him. Don't get yourself snared. This tower should have been broken. You gotta make that decision for your team. If your team's just gonna be dipshits and walk around, you gotta spam ping. Ping the tower. Ping tower. Ping him, right? Ping. Ping Udyr. Get the tower. Get the tower. Ping Ezreal. Get the tower. Be proactive with your pings. Right? Don't be annoying. Be proactive. If somebody makes a bad play and you spam ping them, and then you're wondering why later on in the game they're not reacting to your pings, it's your fault, right? Don't spam ping people for like stupid reasons. Here though, where your team seems to be a little disorganized, right? You guys aren't getting the mid tower. Spam ping. Ping on the tower. Right? You gotta get this shit. This is a good spot for you guys where two of their strongest members on the map are dead. You should get the tower. Alright, yeah, you can't get the tower now. Big overextend. Alright, I have a coined term on this stream. Okay? After you guys get this pick, you know they're respawning, you gotta back up. Ezreal gets himself caught. You're trying to save him. You throw your E when Kane's ulted. Right. A little misstep here. It's just bad clicking. Okay. L, T, B, D. Okay? You can't have 3 of your members die here with Baron spawning and they have a Varus with 2 items. Okay? LTPD. LTBD. Okay? We gotta let that bitch die. Okay? You gotta let that bitch die. This Ezreal, let that bitch die. Okay? There's too many objectives spawning on the map for you to lose this many people. Although mid tower, I wasn't even spawn. Mid, Baron, and Dragon all coming up. Even your blue buff, I consider that a little bit major. It's like a minor objective, right? The big buffs. And you're gonna have 3 members die here? You gotta be like, oh shit, this Ezreal's kind of dumb, and let that bitch die. It's hard to do, man. You're gonna get flamed, you're gonna get pinged, but sometimes you gotta let that bitch die. You gotta know what the right play is. Okay, Vlad lives. We're chilling. Well, we're not chilling, right? Because we tried to save Ezreal, but we know what we should have done, right? Let that bitch die. I'm telling you, you're gonna fucking remember it forever. You're gonna be seeing plays people are making. You're gonna be like, I gotta let this bitch die. Obviously, there's some moments where like you kind of have to go in if it's like game-deciding team fights, and like your team's trying to run it down. But like if your team runs it down and you're like the last lone survivor, you're gonna lose anyway. You can't let that bitch die then. 20 minutes in though, you need as many people on the map as possible when Drag and Baron are up. Let that bitch die, especially if you can't win the fight. Right there. Alright, I think I'm gonna skip ahead to like some major things. So let's just get to this dragon fight. We'll see what happens. Oh, what the fuck? This Udyr does some damage. Is he just one-shot Kane right here? Wow. Unlucky. Alright. Looks like you guys are gonna get dragged for free. Big. Coming out of base, I would just be going mid, group with your team here. You guys should be looking to break this mid tower. Yeah, you guys should get a lot mid here. Alright, so I'll tell you a couple things I think is questionable Zonias. This game should be almost unlosable for you guys right now. Like, you guys have a 3k gold lead? This overextend's gonna fuck you guys. Oh, man. This is such a bad play. Separate from Ezreal. Man. You gotta get away from your AD here. This is like some gold greed. This is some greedy gold players. Oh, man. You guys are staying way too long. Right here, you gotta get away from Ezreal. You kill him here. You, as soon as he ults you, whatever direction your AD runs, just fucking book it away from him. Ezreal needs to be able to live in this situation. Instead, like, you get himself killed and then you get your... Alright. Alright. Realize I have with you, Kings. It took too long? Yeah. It's alright. Okay. Let's bring my notepad up. Okay, we're gonna skip to some major team fights in the next, right? And then we'll fucking get it going. So this is what I've gathered. My own, just, you know. Okay. Michael Swift coaching notes. It's fucking gold. Gold for Swain support. Lane. We're gonna say better and smarter trading. Cooldown management. Wave and health manipulation. Okay. Better and smarter trading. Knowing that you're a ranged support into Braum. Right. Ezreal takes bad trade early. You need to be able to retaliate on the Varus. Trade in your minions so Braum can't Q you. Cooldown management. Know that just because your E's down doesn't mean that you don't have your auto attacks don't work. Right. Your E's down, Braum's Q's down. You can still auto attack Varus. Wave and health management. Wave management being where you're auto attacking Varus in the wave so that you can pull the wave into Ezreal so it's easier for him to farm. Health, meaning that you can take bad trades into Varus because you have more pots than he does. Pre-tower and post-tower warding spots. Pre-tower spots you can get ganked from. Try Krug Brush enemy red bush, vice versa for blue side. Post tower, deep wards, check for rotations. Deep wards that spot rotations. Alright, let's make this a little cleaner. Boom. 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 There we go. Recalling. Alright. Look at your map. Don't waste time doing meaningless things. Meaningless. This is scuttle, or taking bot scuttle when everyone topside, walking bot when both towers are down, etc., etc. Okay. Look at your map is one of the most valuable things that allows you to gather information as quickly as possible. You can see where people are, where waves are, and if you have like the portraits above your map. When I say look at your map, you can also look at the portraits of your team, right? So if your team's portraits are right fucking here. So you can gain so much health, mana, cooldowns, waves, you know, bodies, just how many people are on the map, right? Where people are moving. Okay, you have to look at your map more. Okay. And don't waste time doing meaningless things. Taking bot scuttle when there's team fights happening topside. Me as an official high elo player would like to add zoning. Zoning kind of works into this lane, wave and health manipulation, right? I could just add that as zoning. I have more things I want to add to this little notepad. Okay, look at your map, look at your map, look at your map, okay? Another thing we're gonna just fucking leave here, let that bitch die. Okay? This goes for you too. If your teammates let you die, don't flame them. If you're getting caught. There's some more just kind of basic things. I'm just gonna list them out. So let that bitch die. Overextending. There's one more I was thinking of. I'm trying to remember. Okay, so let that bitch die. Went over. Overextending is in these fights, like you just saw. I've seen this now twice in mid, where like you Ezreal and Vlad kill Cassid in mid, and then Kayn comes in, gets a double kill. Right? You guys fight mid, and then you stay a little bit too long. You get run down by Kayn. You know, you die and Ezreal dies. This fight that just happened right here, you stay after getting a huge swing in your advantage. It puts you guys up 3k, like 3.5k, and now you're only up 2k because you give Kayn a triple kill. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else off the top. I think this is good for right now. I'm gonna skip to like 2 more big fights that I see, and right, and then we'll see how the game kind of ends. Okay, so we're gonna skip up to like right here.
We need to regroup.
Okay. Also, Michael, if you have like just general questions you want to ask, that I'm not, there's specific things that you're you know, feel like I'm not answering. I'm more than happy. Just ask them in chat, and I will go over it, and I'll put it in the notepad. I'm gonna send you a screenshot of the notepad. Okay. I can also put it in like just a text document, send it to you. But like if you have a specific question about something that happened during the game, at a specific point, like we can just jump to these sort of things real quick, or like, you know. So don't be afraid to ask a question about something like that. Alright, so we're gonna watch this team fight, we'll analyze it, we'll watch another team fight, analyze it, and then we'll skip to the end. See what happens. We can save it until a bit. Alright. So it looks like there's a team fight happening here. Maybe? Alright. So you guys are playing around their top side, which I like, but I don't like that Fiora's not here. She's one of your strongest champs. Udyr's not here either, so this is like a 3v5 if Cash is out here. So I don't know why you guys are here. It seems like not even an overextend, but just like a bad positioning. I just don't even know what you guys are trying to accomplish. Are you guys trying to just get the blue buff? Why are you here, right? Scuttle up? Scuttle is up. You guys push mid in. Fiora's dead off the map. I don't like this play at all. I like the ward. I like that ward, but that's it. This is extremely greedy. All right, I'm gonna just add that. Don't be a greedy gold player. I don't mean for that to like sound like I'm kind of targeting you, but this is what are you gaining from being in this jungle? You got the wards, you have the top side knowledge. That's all you need. You don't have your team with you. It's too risky to be here. Okay, so right, place the wards down and get out. Their team is scaling through the mid game, and they're only gonna get stronger as this game goes later. Without your team here, you guys can't be in the jungle like that. This Fiora just hurt this really disabled. That was so bad. You guys should lose everything right here. These people were smart. They would just push mid. Just no way they take this. No mountain drag, they can't. Oh man, this is like so much like back and forth bailing out. You guys should have lost this mid tower and probably two of them. They should have just grouped mid and taken both mid towers. So you can learn things from like the mistakes the enemies make too. When you get picks like this, you cannot be a greedy gold player. What are these kills getting you? There's so much lost gold on this map. It blows my mind. I feel like both teams have won this game at points, and I've seen like 5 throws. Okay, you need to be able to like do the thing and then back out. Okay, like they win that fight. They need to win the fight and just go mid. They can't take Baron. Okay, they shouldn't be losing unnecessary bodies on the map. Right, they have such a huge advantage. Just get the mid tower, get the second mid tower, reset, go top side, get vision control. All right, you guys lose that fight, you should be thanking the gods. Gold in EU is probably not different than gold in NA. It's probably the same sort of throwing that I would see. I don't know what my ping on EU is right now, but it's probably like 90. So I probably couldn't play. I could try to play like whatever mechanical champs. I probably just would not have a good time. But you need to be able to just kind of do these things and recognize the situation, right? Like when you push mid and gain and your team gets that 2 tower advantage, you have to just look at death timers and be like, oh shit, Kayn has spawned. We need to get out. And if you're gonna be the only one backpinging telling your team to get out, then do that. But don't fall into the trap of just kind of going with the motions of what your team's doing. Right? Think as an independent unit in this group of... In gold, skill level similar, grief toxicity level is out of charts on EU. Well, it's a good thing I mute everybody, baby. I could solo carry them games. Hey, you guys should be very lucky that they did not take these towers. Alright, we're going to skip to this fight now. I'll skip a little bit ahead. Alright, let's see what happens. Alright, don't be a greedy gold player. Alright, say it with me, chat. Don't be a greedy what? Alright, we have vision on Baron. I would say play around getting vision bot side and then don't get greedy and be in the jungle. Don't get greedy and be in the jungle. This is what I'm saying. This just happened. Oh, I'm so scared. Okay, you guys get one. Okay? Don't greed. Chasing so hard. You guys are separated. Oh, it hurts. No, bad. Either stay as a unit or back out as a unit. I don't see any pings. I don't see any communication. All your pinging is Baron's alive. Vlad takes the long way around. You're still walking topside and there's a fight about to happen. This is too late of a reaction. Ezreal might be caught, but if you guys are going to fight, you either got to do it together or not do it at all. You and Vlad probably could have walked with them a little bit. And you and Vlad are still walking topside, knowing that they're all bot side. Right? You have to help Udyr out. Udyr's gonna get caught. You pinging Baron doesn't do anything for your team. Yeah, I should have been there sooner. I don't like that play at all. I don't like the greediness, the lack of communication, the lack of understanding of to be with your teammate, right? Just because this is the right call or what is presumably the better call doesn't mean that you should just zone in and what's the word? Stop tunnel visioning. Tunnel visioning a lot. Tunnel visioning on one thing. You see a bot wave. Let's assume they backed that like I had hoped. Is Baron the actual right call there? With Kayn dead, it's still probably not the right call. The right call is probably to just hover mid as a team and let Fiora push top. Because do you want a 4v5? I mean, Udyr's pretty strong and he can probably tank most of it. You have an Ezreal with not Bork finished. 116 farm at 250 minutes. I don't know if you guys have the DPS with just Udyr and Ezreal. The right call is probably to push this mid wave out, let Fiora push top, and break open the base a little bit. Drag is also spawning in less than a minute. Right? This guy's down for 40 seconds. You could probably get drag. The right call is, though, to be as a team. Right? Even after Ezreal gets caught, you say Baron's the right call here, right? But why are you guys walking topside if Udyr's gonna, if he's in a bad spot? If your idea is to just say fuck it, Udyr's dead, then you should go top and help her get this tower and ward over here. If you're assuming that he's already dead. Not come in late to the fight. I would have already been there with Udyr, I think. I would have worked as a team there. Right. If you guys maybe go topside here, maybe you would have already gotten this tower, maybe gotten the inhib. Let's see. Another. Yeah, you're just gonna get one shot. You're just gonna take this. He's not gonna take it. Alright, I'm gonna kill Varus. It's a good pick. Really good, actually. We're gonna 50-50 it. Yeah, it's gonna get stolen. It's fine. Happens, you know? There's a lot of chasing. Yeah, this is bad. Again, just so greedy. You guys are picking fights without your strongest champ. It's really bad play by you guys. Drag's already been taken. You don't really have good vision in the enemy jungle, I don't think. Alright? You're just walking into a trap, and you're just letting it happen. Real sitting far back. Fiora's not here. It's just a really bad fight. Again, don't be greedy. I'm not going to harp over the same things. We've gone over it. I've said it multiple times, okay? Alright, I'm going to skip to this next fight. See what happens. Let's back it up. Okay, they're posturing for Baron. Cass is bot. You guys saw that. He was just playing a wave. Ezreal ults. Just to clear. The other big problem is how weak Ezreal is. At this point, the game is extremely hard to win because you guys don't really have an AD and they're hyperscaling. But like I said, this game could have been taken care of by you guys way sooner. So At this point, you're down 5k. It's pretty rough to try to win this one. Varus is hitting his item spikes. Riven's hit her spikes. Kane's full build. This game is probably over around this point, the 23-minute, 25-minute mark, where you guys take multiple bad trades overextending and die. And by bad trades, I mean trading bodies. 22 hours ago. Dude. I told you, man. That's why I don't like putting a time limit, because I just start going, man. So yeah, I think we can close this game out knowing that you could have helped more. So something I can also say is you could have helped Ezreal more get back into this game multiple ways. Right? The other one is early game when I think it's like level 3, level 4, where Ezreal stops Braum's recall, gets a kill. He dies to Kane, and you should upload it to YouTube or something. Maybe I should, dude. Right? So it's right. We're gonna close this game out, and then I just want to show you. We'll go over one more thing, and then we'll cap it. Okay? We'll go over the notes, and then we'll cap it, because I feel like I'm just going crazy over here. All right, they get the inhib. It's gonna be another fight coming up soon. They still haven't gotten Baron. Did they even get Baron? They don't even win with Baron. That's so insane. Makes me want to play a game and implement all the stuff. This is huge. Oh my god. Oh, if that pick happens, I don't like the flash because Caston is so slippery. Man, I got so excited. I would have just liked to have seen him get picked. Yeah, but it's just rough. I mean, I like the effort. I like the idea because you guys are fucking boned, right? If they get Baron, you guys are boned. So the fact he jumps on you and you guys like go for this, I fuck with that. Because you guys need him to die if you're gonna try to win this game and win a team fight. So even though it doesn't work out and you guys gonna get fucked, it's fine. 8:30 a.m. Dude, I'm so happy. I do have an 8:30, but it's only twice a week. I like that idea to go for that because you guys kind of need it. Starting this dragon's kind of pointless. Just group with your team. This is autopilot mode, and we both know this, right? I'm not gonna let this slide. This is autopilot. Why are you down here? Your team is too far behind. You need to be together to try to win a team fight. Don't autopilot and just go bot lane or something. Be with your team. You're chasing Kane. The team is mid. Here's how much I did against Drag, but the rest of the game is autopilot. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I can tell, dude. Don't worry. You ain't gotta tell me that it's autopilot. Don't worry. I'm telling you though. Goals to win. You can't autopilot. Because you could be here right now, huh? This could be a potential winning fight if you're here. If you're the one making the proactive play for your team, right? If you are the one that cares enough to be pinging your team and trying to fucking rally the troops, is what they say, right? Rally the troops. Maybe you guys can do something here, but Yor dies. You guys aren't here in time. It's too little, too late. Alright. You guys are gonna die. They're gonna end. Okay, game's over. So the only thing I want to go back and look at is this play. And this kind of sets Ezreal behind. It does. It doesn't kind of set anyone behind. Ezreal stops. Boom. Okay. Right now, CS is even. Okay. And Ezreal is going to lose so much farm because you decide not to shove this wave. You need to shove this wave and realize immediately, right? you guys have more minions than they do. Their minions are going to die off, which means Ezreal won't be able to farm them anyway. So what you need to do is get the wave under tower as soon as possible. Because you need it to reset and bounce back. Instead, you let it freeze, and you're going to let Varus get a huge lead. Because while Ezreal isn't farming, the wave stops here. And like I said, this Varus could have even... He was already ahead of Ezreal. He could have went up a level and a half, 2 levels easy. Okay? Even though this doesn't look like much, right? The EXP is this kind of the same. Look at the gold difference, right? It's probably... It's not that drastic, but it's already at 200. Like, this could have been punished even harder by them. Okay. You shouldn't already be down this much CS. He keeps falling further and further behind in farm. Alright, he's farming pretty piss poor. Right, he's down 19 CS now. CS lead volume is just growing and growing and growing. And you could have helped it a little bit. Maybe gave him a little bit more confidence to, you know, get back in the lane. I'm not blaming what happened bot lane on you completely, but that decision right there kind of fucked him in the early CS department. Right? And that snowballs, right? Decisions like that snowball into greater things. They snowball into missing your item spikes by however much gold. Into lanes being in bad spots when your jungler's in certain parts of the map, right, etc. It all kind of builds up into what eventually is, right, a huge CS differential bot lane. Right, 109 to 63, right, or whatever. He has 69 at 16 minutes or something. That's what I said. So, right, these are the notes we have. I'm just gonna put another one right at the bottom. Don't autopilot if you truly want to win. Alright, don't autopilot at the end of games, because even though you guys are behind and it looks like you're completely down and out, you have a fucking insane hyperscaling. You have like 3 hyperscaling late game champs: Ezreal, Vlad, and Fiora. If you're maybe topside there, maybe they mess up the fight and you guys win it potentially, right? You never know. But you can't win if you don't try. Okay. And at the end, it didn't look like you were trying. So, I think that's going to be all for the session. I don't know exactly how long it was, but it felt pretty long. Anybody got my exact... When did we start? I have no idea. But, alright. Here's a notepad. Any questions before we sign off with the coaching session? I'm probably going to stream a little bit longer, but any more questions? Charging me one sub per 2 hours? No charge, dude. I appreciate the Twitch Prime sub, though. That shit caught me off guard, dude. Coming in here, just dropping a fat Twitch Prime sub. Any other questions about anything? One question was about jungle pathing. Do you track what jungle monsters are up, or do you guesstimate based on where jungle is? Do you have any advice as to tracking jungle to probably call out where he might be headed outside of better vision control? The only time you can exactly know, it's... So, there's a great video you could watch. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Where's my Google, boys? I'll find the video. I'm gonna put it on screen. I can't remember the exact name of it. Just give me a second. Oh, here it is. This must be it, right? Okay. So, I don't know if you guys know who King Nidhogg is. He's a D1 master tier jungler. The epitome of tracking an informative learning experience for junglers. This is not something that every player will do. It requires immense focus and the ability to really put in the time to understanding how jungle camps work And if you're not a jungler, this type of intense focus on jungle tracking is not important. But it shows you some very important things, like how to know where a jungler is based off how much CS they have when they show up somewhere. And what I mean by this is, let's just use a couple quick Google searches, then I promise the coaching session is over, okay? So jungle camp spawn timers, League of Legends. All right, let's just jungling. Maybe it's here. Yada yada yada. Okay, here you go. It seems like I can tell you that if he started opposite side, he can be on your side of the map at the time third wave reaches this makes sense. Proxy games. Okay, so let's just do a quick glance at all this. What time the camp spawns first, how long it takes to respawn. Okay. Raptors, Wolves, Krugs, and Gromp all take 2 minutes and 30 seconds exactly to respawn from when you kill them. This allows you to be able to path appropriately as a jungler to know when you should, be at a camp and when your opponent will most likely be at his camps if he's pathing efficiently. Okay? So, then we're going to just do this. If the enemy jungler starts at his... What the fuck? It's massive. Everything's 230 except buffs. Yes. If the enemy jungler starts at his red, does Raptors, does Wolves, does blue. Let's just say that's as clear. It's not a good one. Let's say he does red, Wolves, blue, Scuttle. Okay? Or red, Krugs, Wolves, blue, Scuttle. He does some form of this path, right? And you see him gank top. Okay? Real quick. You see him on the map. How long does it take you to hit tab, look at how much farm he has? Okay? If he has 12 CS plus 2 buffs early game, you know that he took red and blue and one other camp. And you can guess what that camp is based on where he is. Okay? If he is if he has red buff and that's it, and you see him mid, you can assume he did this clear. Because why would he do red Wolves Gromp or red Raptors Wolves and then gank mid? Okay, you can assume he did a bot side clear, shows mid with red buff, and that's it with 12 CS. So he's mid, means he's gonna go clear his top side. Okay. So the easiest way to track a jungler is to know how much CS. Right, every camp, one camp is there a better color I can use on this? One camp equals 4 CS. Okay, so early game, right? It's just simple math, right? 2 buffs, right? Plus 1 camp. 1 buff plus 2 camps, right? Could be 1 buff, 2 camps, 1 scuttle. That's 6 instants. Yeah, everything is 4 CS. Gromp, blue buff, scuttle crab, baron, dragon. It's all 4. Every monster, one monster camp, one whole monster camp. So one whole thing is 4 CS. So just based on that, and if you see him somewhere, if you can see what buffs on him, you can guess what his clear was, right? Sometimes you might just be doing that. You just might be guessing, right? So I would highly recommend watch Nidhogg's video. This video, I'll link it in. I'll put it in the notepad as well. Here, I'll put it in chat. Okay, watch that video, and you can see what it looks like to track a jungler. But the easiest way to do it is note, right? What did I say earlier? Get too excited, but this has been massive. All right, so just remember this type of thing. No matter how much I've overanalyzed the play and made it seem really complicated, break it down into the simplest form. When I was talking about whether or not if you should come bot or group with your team, remember, both bot towers down, Ezreal can save farm, let me group. Whenever you're tracking the enemy jungler, don't overthink it. Be very simple. He has 12 CS, that means he's taken 3 camps. Where is he? If he has 12 CS and he's topside, most likely meant that maybe, and if you see his red buff, he cleared his bot side, right? Like red, wolves, blue, right? If he did red, wolves, blue, has both buffs, ganks top, right? Just simple things like that. And then you can guess, like, all right, if that's what he did, that means his Gromp is probably still up, and he'll do a path where he'll be coming back bot side next, like, 2 to 3 minutes. All right. Good. So I can get rid of this. Good to know. All right. So I think that's everything. Maybe I'll cut this and I'll put it on YouTube. I thought it went pretty well. I appreciate you. I appreciate the Prime sub, Michael Swift, and I appreciate you stopping by and getting the coaching. I really hope at least some of the notes and some of the things I said are a little bit helpful, and give some sort of insight into how I think a better way to think about certain situations in the game. And if this makes it to YouTube, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more great content to come.
Yeah.